Yeah, he's got a little bit of a reputation for steaming in the cash games, and we're maybe seeing a little bit of that right now.
What exactly do you mean by steaming?
Well, what a lot of players actually do is when they're behind, they no longer play their A game. They start trying to chase the money that they're already losing.
Fold.
And it's a very bad strategy. It can cost you an awful lot. It means when you have a loss, it's usually a much bigger the loss than it should have been. And that's what Phil's pretty famous for. Also means you get a chance to get out of it, to get yourself back to level. That's always your hope when you're steaming, but we'll have to see whether Phil can actually manage to get himself out of the hole he's dug himself right now. Of course, Phil Ivey last year was in quite a deep hole, managed to get himself out of it with an $800,000 pot against Patrick Antonius. And Patrick Antonius is having a bad year this year as well, but hasn't really done much wrong. Has had next to no hands. Started off season 3 with an all-in blind with Phil Ivey and lost that, and hasn't really managed to get himself back from that situation.
Of course, that big call from Patrick Antonius. And of course, Phil Ivey's got a very interesting seat position there. He's in seat 7. He's got Chris Ferguson to his left, and of course, Dwan and Helmut and Benjamin to his right. Does he like that?
Well, I'd love it. With Chris Ferguson on your left, you're going to get the button and the best position more often every round. Patrick Antonius is playing very tight, very conservative, so that's even better for you. And you get to see the action from the action players. So it really should be suiting Phil Ivey right now. And that's probably why he's up a little. Not a lot.
And Ivey, of course, has the most chips at the table, but he's only up $36,000 because he's bought in for $800,000.
Cool. Fold. 24. Cool.
And there's a live straddle here.
Fold.
A raise under the gun from Benjamin, and a call. Oh, actually, is that a double straddle?
I think that's actually a double straddle from David Benjamin. So instead of it being 300 and 600, which is what the official blinds are, you've got an overstraddle, making it 1200, and then a double overstraddle, making it 2400.
Well, throw the blinds out the window, throw the cards out the window. This is just absolute insanity.
Well, Patrick Antonius is making it a little bit more sane. Bring them all back to reality with a big raise. Ace-4 no good from Madisau. Well, David Benjamin's woken up with a hand in the overstraddle.
It's 9,009 more.
And Patrick has made approximately $10,000 more. And that's what Benjamin's got to think about now. Is his ace-jack worth that much money? He will have position on Patrick.
It does look like a good spot for a dead money pickup from Patrick Antonius. Just 2 limpers. So he could be putting the pressure on, and as it happens, he's got half of a hand, and it's the kind of hand that David Benjamin's got in bad shape.
Pot is 22,000. It's 9,900 to call.
No way, I can't move.
And it's a call from David. He's got the best position, he's got the best hand.
And is that going to bring Dwan in?
Well, it really wouldn't surprise me.
No, I know. I didn't see the sun. The deuces were good as well.
Well, now Dwan is down $300,000. He's looking for spots to win a big pot. Maybe he thinks this is his hand.
And if he comes, you might even see Ivey join the party.
Some kind of flush draw. Ace king of diamonds or something? Yeah.
I would bet my firstborn that Ivey's going to call this one. At least.
9,009 more.
9,009 more?
What? Do I really have what?
You good for me? My firstborn is safe.
No, I had an ace in my hand. And ace something. No big deal.
Cool.
No, I'm bluffed.
Well, he calls.
You have 4 ways here. The pot is already $51,000, and we haven't seen a flop yet.
Hold it for 4,000.
And the best hand out there is ace-jack.
Or I might have had ace king of hearts.
Unbelievable. Here comes a flop.
And I might have called him lost a bunch of
King
Well,
8-4.
king 8-4.
I knew you were strong when you called 4,000.
Dwan is ahead here with a pair of 8s. He's got second pair.
But I don't know. I thought
It's a whole bunch of nothing for everybody, and $51,000 before the flop. I mean, to put that in perspective, that's more than a lot of people make in an entire year.
Exactly. The question right now is what Patrick's going to do.
I thought you wanted to steam off some more.
He's made it over 12,000 to play before the flop. He's got 3 callers and he's missed. Does he have a stab?
I mean, I think it was interesting that he tried the dead money pickup now. But now that 3 players call, it's really tough. But you know what? He's got a lot of heart. He's going to try it.
34,000. Fold.
The man with the best hand facing a bet of 34,000.
The pot is 85,000. I mean, can Dwan call this with just second pair? He has to think that he's probably behind. But does he want to take one off? See what happens.
Well, when you call with that kind of hand, there's no draws on this flop. I think he's probably going to have to call. If you call into flop 2 pair, you really are dreaming.
I mean, is there a chance that he can put Antonius on an underpair, maybe jacks or tens, maybe think he can take it away from him on a later street?
Well, maybe think he can take away from it on this street. He might want to try and find out where he is, make it 75, 80,000. But no, he's just going to call.
Cool.
And this pot is really developing into a monster. The pot is nearly $120,000. Ivy's got nothing. He's going to get rid of it.
That's pretty good news for both of the players. 9s and aces would put Patrick Antonius in front.
Turn card 5.
Turns a 5 of hearts. That changes nothing. And if you're Antonius, what do you do? Both these players, these are our 2 biggest losers today. Both down more than $250,000.
Well, Patrick's got more of a reputation of being tight at the table. If he can actually bring himself to put an $80,000 or $90,000 pot bet into this pot, he could well pick it up.
Now, these players really know each other well. They've played countless hours together on the internet. And, of course, they were involved in an earlier hand where Dwan made a full house and Patrick made a big, big call with just 1 pair.
Check.
Patrick Antonius focusing on the pot, on Dwan, and on his chips. And, of course, Dwan. Oh, it goes check, check.
Last card.
Not sure where he is. Is he going to regret it?
Deuce.
Nope, the deuce a good card for Tom.
And I don't think Patrick can fire at this one now, can he?
No, because he knows that even if Tom's got an 8, he's probably going to call.
I mean, after checking the turn, he's pretty much given up, hasn't he?
Yeah, I think that's what's happened.
And that's what he's trying to figure out right now, obviously. Can he take a stab at this one more time?
I think everybody here is a multi-billionaire.
But Patrick, one of the best in the business. He's not the type to throw money after bad money, is he?
Well, he's reaching for his chips.
Listen, when you have a positive attitude, eventually...
I think he's probably going to have to bet 80 or 90,000 to get rid of Tom.
Well, that's what he's done.
You bounce off the carpet like I have.
Looks like
$82,000
bluff from Patrick Antonius. This is a big, big decision for Tom Derdwan.
I know many that never look up.
And of course, Patrick Antonius checked the turn.
Nobody's more positive.
Silly me, I would have thought that would have been the end of the pot.
I still expect to win.
But obviously, Patrick, he could take this line. The pot is $200,000.
Some hands to hold up.
$82,000 to call.
That's why when anything ever would start bad for me, we're always be positive. We always had positive. We're always positive.
Good luck in trying to get a read on that, man.
Does Patrick's line make sense, the way he played this hand?
Well, it's looking like 10s, jacks, but would he make such a big bet on the river with 10s or jacks? He could have been laying a trap with a decent king on the turn, especially on a board of king 8-4 where there's no real draws. You might feel like you can afford to give a free card a chance at getting a payoff on the river. And this is all what's going through Tom's head right now.
I mean, if there was a player at this table you were going to trap, it would be Dwan, wouldn't it?
Precisely.
It's easy when they check raise, man. Easy. Be a lot more easier. 37 more? Yeah.
And it's an absolutely ridiculous bluff here. Now, we've seen Dwan make some big laydowns, but we haven't seen him make a big call. Can he do it? What do you think?
Okay.
I think it's going through his head. He's counting his chips. He knows how much he's stuck in this game. He might think he doesn't want to go any further in the red, but this is also a chance for him to get a little bit out of it. You know, there's $200,000 in this pot. It would go a long way to helping him.
What? No, I was looking at my chips. I'm just trying to figure out why he wouldn't get the turn if he had a good hand.
Dude, you're allowed to take your time.
That must be difficult. You've got an $82,000 decision on your hands, and Phil Helmut's in your ear. And Dwan trying to figure out why Patrick didn't bet the turn. Was Patrick trying to lay a trap, or was this a bluff? Well, he's counting out the $82,000. The pot is $200,000. This would be an absolute monster swing.
Last time we had a cash game, we had a bet on how big the pot was.
It's a fine line in poker. You can make as much money making good laydowns as you can making good calls. Sometimes you can fall one side or the other and start making mistakes. That's what he's worried about.
He's going to call.
He makes a call. It's a great call from Tom Dwan.
It's high.
It's a great call. He's going to win this with one pair of eights. I can't believe it. A $280,000 pot with a pair of eights. What a call by Tom Dwan.
Fantastic. That's going to make him feel a lot better. And I fear for the rest of the table now. He's getting a little bit of confidence.
He's still down 150,000, but he was down over 300,000. What a swing. You got to give credit to Patrick Antonius. What heart of a champion to even try that. But he is really in deep here. He is down nearly $400,000.
Well, sadly, that's where we've got to leave it for now here at the FullTiltPoker.net $1 Million Cash Game. But we'll see you again next time for plenty more world-class poker.